There's not many tools that are required for this job. I've got just a protractor. This is called a bevel gauge, pencil of course, and my auger bit. The way you can do an accurate hole is not that tricky, and I've learned a lot from a number of different people. This one I just got the Anarchist Design book, which is not what it sounds like, and really laid out exactly how you do these staked legs. So here's my go at making these nice and accurate. So what we're going to do here is set this at 64 degrees. So you can see when I put this protractor on my gauge here, I put the little circle piece here, and then this comes through at 64 degrees. And this is just what Chris Schwartz recommended for his saw benches. So we'll see how it works for this. So what we want to do is have this 2.5 inches from the end. So we just put this, you can lay this out about 2.5 inches from the end. And then 1 3/4 from the side. So right here. So there's our spot. And 64 degrees is our sight line. They'll be hanging out just like that, and I'm going to put a 15-degree angle on them. That's called a 15-degree included angle. That means along the sight line is 15 degrees. That means it'll be splayed to the side and to the end, but the way you can capture it all in one angle with only one measurement really is this included angle, and that's this piece right here. It'll be 15 degrees off of 90. So 90 would be here, and then you just do 15 degrees off of that. And that's my included angle. Okay? So really it'll be what? 90 and 15, 105 degrees right here. And so that'll be my angle. So all I have to know is my sight line and my included angle, and I can make a really accurate leg here. So now I'm going to reset my gauge to 105 to give me my to give me my 15-degree included angle. There it is, just like that. So that'll be the angle at which my legs are splayed. So this sits here just like so. Now that'll stay. You just want to make sure it's lined up along the sight line. So now you have two jobs. You have to watch two things, which is a little tricky sometimes. So you put your screw into the screw end onto your mark, and you stay along your sight line, which is where the bevel gauge is sitting, and then you want to keep this as close as possible. So you just really want to be as close to that angle as possible. So this gauge is a guide. So right there I've got it lined up just how I want it. Now, one problem is my gauge is going to get in the way here in a little bit. just go slow, because it's hard to redo the hole. You can do it. If you totally screw up a hole, you can always make a 1-inch plug, and here's where it's nice to have a shorter gauge, I guess. You can always make a plug and put it back in and glue it in and then redo your hole, but I'd rather avoid all that and get my angle off. What I'll do is do a few and then check it. And this just bores on through. Busted through. So don't go all the way through. You want just your screw to be sticking out on the other side. There's one. Remember, the leg is going this way, so I angle it this way. Kind of follow where the hole's going to be. But generally, not very far to go anyway. I just clean these up with my knife. So a tapered leg. I need to taper it from the bottom because it needs to be widest at the bottom. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to create a tapered hole here. So this is I just built this. I'll have another video on how I built this, and this will be my first time going this deep into something, but basically what I have to do is I just stick this in here. It's got a little blade on the sides, and it scrapes a hole, and it makes it to this particular taper. And this is about a 6-degree taper. I believe I made it a 1 to 10 taper or thereabouts. And so the trick now is to keeping it lined up fairly well. So I just come in here and I turn it I want to go all the way down to the bottom so it just protrudes from the bottom. I'm going to try to keep this as even as possible so that there's even tapering around the whole thing. Now, one of the problems I've had with this is it gets clogged up. And my solution has been to just take the back of my carving knife and get it out of there. And it's coming out the other end now. Alright. That ought to be good. It takes a little while, but you know, It adds a lot of strength, and it also is going to make this easier to, hopefully easier to take apart again. Because one of the things I want to do here is actually have it where I can knock the legs back out and store this away. Because I don't have a lot of storage room. I'll do that to all four, and then I'll show you how to make legs.